Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, Trevor Acid Darling. Thank you guys so much for clicking once again. If you're new to this channel, please consider subscribing. And to all my OGs, you know what to do. Comment down below, let me know, gang. Now, if there is one thing I do not understand for the life of me, is the UK immigration policy. Now, if you think that the current UK policies are strict, you really need to watch this video, because it may seem as though while they are bringing up some new laws, they are not doing anything to solve the old ones that are causing people so much stress. There are many people that would have wanted to move to the UK, all the economic crunch and whatever included, they would prefer to be in the UK. But because immigration pathway is not straightforward, that's why a lot of people are moving to the US, Australia, Canada, where you know that if I stay for this amount of time, this is the next part and this is the next part. There are people that have been in the UK for multiple years and they are just renewing their ability to stay there. They are not free yet. Some people haven't gotten their passports, their citizenship. Donkey years. Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Currently we have lots of students stranded. Our thoughts and prayers to them. We have lots of workers stranded because these monies that they are calling is heavy. Is heavy. You know, when UK opened their doors, a lot of people moved in large numbers, and they moved in with families. Some sold lots of properties without a clear path. I would say that while some knew exactly what they were going for and did their research, there were others that did not do their research. And it is biting so hard. There are others that probably even did their research, calculated the money, but exchange rates. Some people were funding their entire UK stay with Nigerian businesses or Nigerian salaries, and it just crumbled everything. The video I played in the beginning shows that you're loved at home. One of the best things I did for myself was, minus the fact that of course I needed to see my son, was the time when I went back home. I'd been in Canada for a while, for about 6 months, and I just went back home for a month. I will tell you that there's nothing, if you have transport fare, bro, it's not a sign of failure. You might not even move back directly to the house. Just go to Nigeria, day one hotel, just go and sleep. Just the environment, call your friends out. Just the I don't know, but it does something, because there are many people that are struggling. Their mental health is in the depths of the depths. There are many times that the best advice I can give is just go home. Go home for a while, sort yourself out. If you still have time, instead of just being there and hanging, no job and all of that. So a lady dropped a video today that just explained it, and it broke my heart, because in her own case, she came into the UK when she was 7. Obviously brought in by her parents. Back then, there were lots of illegal migration. Right now, it's almost certain that many people move to these countries legally. If you see someone in Canada, you know it's legal. If you see someone, there are legal migration pathways. So back then, when they moved illegally with families, they did not finish processing papers. There are people that have been in the UK 30, 40 donkey years. They are not able to come back to Nigeria, because if they leave, they can never return. It is that bad. And then we have people that, imagine like me, I come 6 months, you're going back. You're like, there's no fear. And then one of my friends joked and said, if you were a guy, I would have thought that they deported you. Because the mindset of people, the moment a friend or a family member goes to another country, you will never see them again for donkey years. Do you understand? So I feel so terrible for her, because this is the only country she knows. So it's not a situation whereby I can tell her to go home. Go home, where is home? This is her home. She came like 7. Do you know what 7 is? 7 is my son's age. Like, he'll be 7 in October. That's young. Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I'm going to insert her video. And then for those of you that have people in the UK that are experiencing this, let us know your thoughts. Let us know if there are angles that she can explore. I know that, of course, particularly you think that, because she has been here for since she was 7, she'll know everything. But if there's a way that you can also help and assist and lend your voices, especially when we have people, probably fellow darlings, that are going through this thing, or people that are about to go to the UK that need to know of these policies, let us know your thoughts in the comment section. So I'm going to add her video here. It's a long watch. I might speed it up in terms of her voice, but just listen and we'll discuss. Okay,
I'm really just sitting at my doorstep, just deep in life, because I'm just so tired. I'm so tired of me working hard to try and make it happen in my life, and then things just go so wrong, and it feels like it happens all the time. Like a couple days ago, I got a job offer for a job I really wanted. I worked so hard to get this job. I went through 4 stages of interviews. I put together an amazing presentation. I presented it amazingly. They literally fell in love with me. The role was so perfect for me. And I got the offer. And literally, when I got the offer, when I saw that email come in, I dropped to my hands and knees. I was just praising God, because Lord knows I needed a break. Like, I needed a break. Like, I needed something to go right. I needed a win. And I get a job and I'm so over the moon. And within 24 hours, the job is gone. Like, it's just taken from me. It's just snatched away from me. And not because I didn't qualify, not because they didn't want me, nothing to do with that, but because the government continues to treat people like me as like lower class citizens. And it's so beyond frustrating, because I've been dealing with this literally my whole life. Like, my entire existence in this country has been me just fighting every day. Sorry, I actually have to get through this, because the reason I'm even making this video is not just to tell some sub story, but because it's really the situation that not just me, but thousands of people, thousands and thousands, like tens of thousands of people in the UK go through every day. And that is the reason why my job was taken from me, was because God, so I really want to get through this without like getting emotional. Outside was getting a bit noisy, but yeah, the reason why my job was taken away from me was because, as I'm not a permanent resident of this country, I constantly have to renew my right to stay in this country. I'm on something called a 10-year route, based on my private life. I came here when I was 7, so basically, my circumstances meant that I was illegal. By 18, I realized I wasn't going to be able to get to uni, and I did what I needed to do to become, a legal resident of this country. I wrote a whole thing about it. If you are interested in reading it, I don't know, I'll link it somewhere, or I don't know, I will find a way to share that. But since 18, I have been a legal resident in this country, but because I'm on this 10-year route, it means every 2.5 years I have to pay thousands of pounds in fees and renew my visa. Every 2.5 years, I fork out thousands of pounds and I renew my visa. Once I reach 10 years of it, meaning I renew 4 times, I will qualify for permanent residency. I came here as a child. Like, I did not bring myself here. I did not put myself here in these circumstances, but I've dealt with it from 18 by myself. I have been resourceful, I've been proactive, and I've made sure to stay on top of it. And even though it's not always easy, I can't do the same things that my peers do, because I know that every 2.5 years, like, the government's expecting a good 3, 4, 5,000 pounds from me. So, I make it happen. And that is how much these things cost. The application fees only keep going up. We have to pay for the NHS. We have no recourse to public funds, so we can't get anything like job seekers allowance or benefits or anything like that. Like, it's just get in the country and work, pay to be in the country and work. Like, that's it. And I've been doing it, and it's so exploitative and so extortionate, but you know what? I do it. This is what we have to do to be legally in this country, and that's just the way the world works. I don't believe anybody's an illegal immigrant. I think it's impossible for any human to be illegal, but that's just the way the cookie crumbles, right? What I don't understand is how I'm following all the rules, doing everything I'm supposed to do, making sure I'm an upstanding citizen, not getting arrested, not getting into anything that could have my visa rejected, you know what I mean? And yet, I'm still, like, at a loss. My current visa expires on the 7th of April. The government only allows you to renew your visa as early as 28 days before it expires. So you can't renew it any earlier than that. 28 days is the most head start you can get. For me, that was the month of March. I put in my applications, and now I'm waiting for my visa application to be approved. With these applications, the Home Office take months and months and months to process them. Okay, like, you will send your application in, you could go a whole year and not hear anything back. People have had to wait 18 months, 2 years, like, ridiculous amount of times. The least I have ever waited to hear back on my renewal has been 9 months. That is the least amount of time so these things take ages, right? During that time, there is something called Section 3C leave, right? And which means that during the time that you are waiting for your application to be processed by the Home Office, whatever visa you had, whatever rights you had with the visa you had before it's expired, those rights still remain until you hear back from the Home Office. So if you put your application in time, within the 28 days before it expires, if it takes you 12 months to hear back from the Home Office, in those 12 months, whatever rights that visa gave you, you still have those rights. That is how Section 3C law works. Meaning that during this time, from March the 10th until whenever the Home Office get back to me, I should still have my right to work, right? I have the right to work. Unfortunately, though, that's not the case for me and thousands of people in this country. In previous jobs, as soon as it comes up to the time that my visa is going to expire, I have literally been suspended without pay. I've been told, unfortunately, we have to let you go. I've explained to them, under Section 3C law, I still have the right to work until the Home Office you know what I mean, gets back to me, and I hear the same thing every time, which is, we are aware of that law, but unfortunately there's no legal document provided by the government to confirm that, so we just don't want to risk it, or we would just rather not deal with it, and they literally let you go. It's happened to me multiple times, and I know there's so many people that have had to deal with this, and I've always managed to take down the chin and just dealt with it. Do you know what I mean? But I think this time, what is so much more devastating is the fact that, you know, I've worked so hard, right? I'm applying for jobs, jumping through all the hoops to get these jobs, and I'm getting these offers, and then I get the offer, and the moment they ask for my right to work, and I say to them, okay, you know, my current visa is about to expire, but don't worry, I've already put the application in and I have the same cover. It's like, oh, I'm so sorry, we can't offer you any employment. Not because I don't have that right to work, but because the government refuses to provide people like me with anything to say, listen, while we are working on her application, she has the same rights that she had before that visa expires, and you cannot deny her right to work. You cannot deny her right to continue her university course. You cannot deny her the right to go to the bloody GP. You can't. But there's no document that says that. There's no document that makes employers have to abide by 3C law and still give employment to people who are waiting to hear back. And even though they know they can take over a year, even almost 2 years, to get back to people who have no recourse to public funds, no benefits, no job seekers allowance, nothing. You know that there's a high chance these people will be let go from their jobs, or be told, sorry, we can't offer you employment, or be told, sorry, you can't finish your degree right now, you're going to have to take a year off until you hear back from the Home Office because we don't want to take the risk. They know this has happened and they literally do not care. Just a few days ago, some amazing people went down to the Royal Courts of Justice to go and fight this very thing. Like, why can't the government produce some sort of document, something that can just help people still make a living while they are waiting to hear back from the Home Office? I've gotten interviews, a couple job offers in the last week, and none of them I can get because the government will not do anything to solidify Section 3C and to prove to these employers that I have a right to work. And with no job and with no benefits, no public funds, how the hell am I supposed to make any sort of living? How? How am I supposed to do that? And I have no choice because I might not hear back from the Home Office until March the 10th, 2025. What do I do until then? How do I pay my rent? How do I live until then? And there's people who have children, who aren't able-bodied like me, who their situations are even more dire, and the government has just left them there. And there's nothing anyone can do to help them. It's so... And I'm just so...
All right, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. My heart really goes out to her. Imagine getting your dream job and having it taken away from you because they feel like your papers are not going to be renewed. Like, excuse me, what do they mean by renewing papers when you have your legal stay? So we have legal migrants that are trapped in the circle. These are legal residents. You are legally permitted to stay in the UK, but you're trapped in the circle of a scammy visa renewal. It's weird though. I know that CM, before I even talk self, Nigeria has their own visa renewal. It's like, for those of you that do not know, having Nigerian visa is one of the hardest things in this life. It is as weird as it sounds. Go and ask foreigners that are in that country what their eye used to see before they get. Imagine how wicked people are before we get our transcript from university. Now give that same secretary the ability to deny people entry. Ha! Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. So yeah, as much as we want to get angry, we know that our country's own. Yes, I am aware that there are people that you have to be paying certain renewal fees and all of that. So yes, it's possible that we also have foreigners that are paying, but still I feel like having stayed since she was 7, man, it's a long time. Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. It's a long time. And then there are some people that left some comments that I feel like we should read and kind of educate ourselves. What do you guys think? Educate ourselves on these things, because it doesn't seem like an isolated case. There are some people that are going through the same things that she's talking about, and somebody wrote there, she's talking facts. Her own situation is so sad. She's paying for the errors of her parents. May God make things easier for her. Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Now, for those of you that are parents that are running into this country, seeking asylum, doing different things, please be sure that you understand the entire process and make sure that your children are covered. They did not force you to move to a new country. We do not want a repeat of this kind of situation, because when she made a statement like, I didn't bring myself here, it was so heartbreaking, because sometimes you think you're doing something for the children, but you have to seriously count the cost and be sure that those children don't live their entire life paying for a mistake you made. Do you understand? Be sure that they don't live their entire life feeling like they are discriminated against, they are backed they're back to a corner. Like she said, her entire life, this is how she has been living. They look at her as a second-class citizen. You know, those kind of feelings work on somebody's self-esteem, and I feel like parents should reconsider. If you see that things are going a certain way, you may have to reconsider. Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I know it's a tough call, but you may want to sit down and understand the entire part. Maybe switch strategies or something, but do not allow your child to go through these kind of things. Okay, so somebody now said that's the whole truth. That's just the whole truth. A lot of people are here more than 15 years, still illegal. Imagine their kids. They aren't. Oh, well, that's true. If you're illegal, of course, your kids are not entitled to school loan or the rest. Imagine their kids, they aren't entitled to school loan or anything. Though it is not easy anymore to be an illegal immigrant with kids. Somebody wrote, I think people were calling her cap or trying to say she was lying. And someone replied the person and said, stop playing. It took my friend 18 years to get his citizenship in the UK. He came in when he was 7 years. His circumstance is similar to hers. So most times, all those people that are currently living in the UK, that their parents probably took from Nigeria at a very early age. Back then, the Nigerian passport was kind of like, I think it was, you actually have a physical passport on it, and they had their way that they were going around this thing. And it has started telling on different children, making them have to pay certain fees. They cannot go to uni on just domestic because they don't have the papers, they don't have the social security number, they don't have anything covering them. They literally have to pay to exist in an environment that they didn't ask to be brought into. That is really sad. Guys, let me know your thoughts. Another person wrote, we're in the same shoes, sis. God will see us through in this UK. After passing the interview, submitting all my documents, I was preparing for induction only to get an email. They can't offer me the job because I'm not currently working with my main sponsor, and my right to work is still valid. I'm jobless in the UK and have bills to pay. It is well. Like, the UK policy is super confusing. Like, super confusing. There is an employer that will have to sponsor, and there is if you leave the employer, another employer cannot sponsor you. Oh my God, like, just when I thought that Canada was giving us back-to-back changes, news and all of this particular one is doing my head in. Guys, my thoughts and prayers are to anybody that is in the UK going through any of these challenges. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section, how you're navigating it. For those of you that are thinking of even going to the UK, considering the many changes that are affecting Canada, I pray that you understand the parts. It's a good suggestion if you really want to go there, but please have your ducks in a row. Do not spend this kind of money going to UK, Australia, or any of Elizabeth's triplets or their places without knowing what you're expecting, how you're going to navigate it. All the immigration policies, you need to have it at the back of your hand before you move there. That's my thoughts. Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section, because I don't think that it makes sense to go to any country blindsided. I don't think, don't waste your money. I mean, this 21st century, please, let's not do that. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm your girl, Acid Darling. Shout out to the lady that dropped the video. I saw the video from Instablog. I will try to find her handle and put it up so that you guys can check her out. I think she said she put a story about her entire experience in the UK and all of that. So people should check and also support her. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Please check out my other videos, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye, guys.
Why you see me dance so